Hello, kids.
Look.
It's us again.
And this is little. This is Little Miss Trouble.
Nearly right, darling. Little Miss
Naughty.
Bad.
Bad.
And do you know what, guys? Today, Amber has been so good, haven't you?
Wait a second.
Hello.
This is Little Miss Trouble.
That's Little Miss Bad.
Little Miss Bad, it is. This
Yeah,
one.
look. And Amber has been so good today, haven't you, darling?
Yeah.
She's been so good. She's darling, the children are watching. Don't teach them that, please. Thank you. She's been so good. She's tidied up. Put her pyjamas on. Didn't you? She's been a good girl today. Haven't you? Yes. You've been a good girl today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Not like this person.
I like this person now.
Unlike this person, Little Miss Bad. Come on then, let's get round and let's read the story to the children and you at home. Let's get you round there. Whoop. Oh, wait. Little Miss Bad. Little Miss Sunshine looked out of the window and she thought back on all the things that had happened in the last week. Lots of things, lots of bad things. There she is, having a cup of tea. Yeah. Some things were just a little bit bad. Mr. Uppity tennis racket strings were swapped for spaghetti. I wonder who has swapped them for spaghetti. And the cream in Mr. Greedy's cream buns was replaced with toothpaste. Yeah. Some things were really quite bad. Little Miss Splendid's shower had covered her with black ink.
And last night we read that one, and we read that one.
And somebody had painted cracks on the walls of Mr. Worry's house. Mr. Worry was so worried that his house might fall down and he had to move into his garden shed. Oh, look at the cracks on the wall. He was so worried, wasn't he? Look at him frowning.
And he's got funny hair.
Now these, that's not his hair, guys. They're frown marks. Look. If I go like that, can you see Daddy's frown marks?
No.
Yeah, see, that's what they are.
And why he hasn't got any hair?
He's bald. Is your daddy bald? What does bald mean?
You're bald.
Bald means you've got no hair on the top of your head. Watch this. Oh, don't do that, darling. I don't want to see you picking your noonies. Some things were really very bad indeed. Somebody had sawn Mr. Forgetful's car in half. Fortunately, Mr. Forgetful did not get upset. He simply thought that he must have forgotten the other half and left home. Brum, brum, brum. And somebody had sneaked into little Miss Neat's house while she was away on holiday and left all the taps running. Little Miss Neat did get upset. She opened the door and all the water went over her face. Nobody knew who had done all these things, but little Miss Sunshine had a very good idea who was behind it all. Little Miss Bad. Say bad.
Bad.
Bad. Little Miss Bad. That's right, kids. Little Miss Bad. She's been up to no good. Little Miss Bad was not good. Far from it. In fact, as far as you can get, which is a long way. She looks quite bad, doesn't she? See, he's a good girl, he's a bad girl. He's a good girl, he's a bad girl. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good. Bad, good. Good, bad. But how to catch Little Miss Bad? This was the question that Little Miss Sunshine was turning over and over in her mind. And then she had an idea. A very clever idea, actually. The next day, a poster appeared in the square, in the town square. It announced that there was to be a grand contest to discover the most mischievous, naughty or bad trick that had been played in the last week. The first prize was a fabulous holiday. How easy, said little Miss Bad to herself. That holiday is mine, 'cause I'm so bad. Shimon, I'm bad, you know it, she's so bad, I'm bad, you know it, and the whole world at the end of my life, but I tell you once again, who's bad? The day of the grand contest dawned. By midday a large crowd had gathered in the town square. A stage has been built in the middle of the square. Little Miss Sunshine called for quiet. Quiet please, everybody settle down, quiet please. Each contestant, she explained, will come up on the stage and describe their entry, and the panel of judges will decide upon a winner. Let's try that again for you. Each contestant, she explained, will come up on the stage and describe their entry, and then the panel of judges will decide upon a winner. Fairly easy, actually. Does everybody understand? First up, Little Miss Bad. There she goes. Little Miss Bad could not wait to get on stage. She was so excited. She'd spent all the previous night trying to pick her worst or best trick, depending on how you looked at it, but she'd not been able to decide. So she described them all to the crowd. From Mr. Uppity tennis racket strings all the way through to Little Miss Neat's wet house. She described them in great detail, actually. Little Miss Bad She got so carried away, telling all the audience all the bad things that she'd done, she failed to notice that the crowd had gone silent. It was only when she'd finished that she saw the expressions on everybody's faces. Can you do that? Do an expression like this. Sad face. Go over it. That's it. Look at the camera. Very good. She looked at Little Miss Sunshine, who was the only person in the square with a smile on her face. Rather smug smile. And it suddenly occurred to Little Miss Bad just what she'd been tricked into doing. I was only joking, she stammered. Anything more to say? Asked Little Miss Sunshine. Little Miss Bad looked very ashamed. I'm sorry, she said. She's really sorry now, isn't she? Little Miss Bad had learned her lesson that day. The lesson continued for a number of weeks, as it took her a long time to repair all the damage and clean Little Miss Neat's house. Mr. Forgetful's car will never quite look the same. Luckily, he can't remember what it looked like in the first place. But nothing she had to do was half as bad as those moments where she was standing on the stage with the whole crowd glaring at her. It was a very long time before she even thought of doing anything bad again. And the same could be said of one other person that day, Mr. Mischief, who slipped away from his place next to the stage, and he slunk off home, where he breathed a very deep sigh of relief. Now, before we say goodbye to the children, can I crack an egg on your head? Can you let me crack an egg on your head? Ready? This one. Is this one okay? Have you ever done this, kids? This is called cracking an egg on somebody's head. Ready, Amber? Can you feel the yolk of the egg running down your face?
Like it's 10.
It's your turn now, you try. Get your hand and slightly cup it. Put it on somebody's head, like that. Use your other, ask Mummy or Daddy. Use your other hand, lift it up, and hit it, and it sounds like an egg cracking. And slowly bring your hands down over their face. Oh, it's the egg. Oh. You try it. You try it on your mummy. Or your brother. Or your sister. Or your friends at school. Now, we've had a lot of fun reading Little Miss Bad tonight, haven't we? And we're going to see you guys tomorrow night for another story.